3, 2, 1.
Hey guys, it's Chris.
And Fur.
And you know us, CD2 Fishing. We're back for another weekly installment of our Tackle Talk Thursday. Just a little video series we figured we'd throw together. Sometimes out on the water, I don't get to go very in depth on things and don't spend a lot of time talking about different rigs and stuff. You guys know how it is out there in the water sometimes. You're concentrating on what's directly in front of you. I try to drop little dimes and little nuggets here and there. I just, I feel like I'm slacking and I feel like I owe you guys a little bit more. So that's when we came up with the idea of Tackle Talk. And, we'll see what it turns into. I'd like to go a little bit more long form and maybe do almost like a podcast out of it, but we'll see. Anyways, guys, since the last time you saw us on Tackle Talk, we've had 2 videos come out. The last one was what?
You on Lake Weir?
Oh, yeah. So, we had our last week's tournament series. That's what it was.
Oh, yeah.
I'm falling apart, guys. I haven't been feeling the greatest this week, and if I'm yelling at you guys, blowing your speakers out, I apologize. I've got something going on. My hearing's not very good right now, so just bear with me, folks. I am very sorry. It feels like I'm trying to hear myself talk while I'm underwater or something, but yeah. So, yeah. That's when they were spinnerbait fish.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. We caught some on spinnerbaits, guys. I actually lost the spinnerbait we've been using. I don't know where that spinnerbait
Oh,
went.
it's in the bottom of the...
Yeah, well, I lost one. I had another one. Anyways, guys, if you look back, it was Omega Custom Tackle. They have a titanium night style, like night blade spinnerbait. Just a big single Colorado, like a number 8 blade or something, big thumping. I mean, you feel it. I fish it on a 7.3 heavy action Fitzgerald, and you feel it. It'll rattle your eyeballs out if you get to working it fast. That was a crazy tournament. We barely had gotten a bite almost all night, right? It was very slow. It was an off night. It was very weird. It was wild too because the weather was beautiful. We ended up with 6th place finish, 7.3 pounds. Not a terrible bag. This is our second biggest bag that we've had. Had another 3.5, close to 4 pound fish in there. Managed to catch another fish and cull out last minute, right down to the wire again. And we made some adjustments on this. You guys haven't seen this video yet, but we just fished our Monday night tournament series, the video series you guys have been seeing us post a lot about lately. That night was insanity. I just thought that the last tournament video was nuts. Just wait till you guys see this. I'm not trying to fluff, no clickbait, no nothing. Am I lying?
Nope.
Nope, it was a wild night. So wild that I'm thinking about just turning the keys over to this kid because I'm just stinking it up. So, without further ado, you want to tell the good folks out there what was on the menu Monday night? I think he found out real quick what was working.
Magnum was Junebug Red speed worms.
Yep, that is the Magnum U-Vibe speed worm from Zoom, and in my opinion, probably for Florida, the greatest color ever made, Junebug Red.
So we were fishing one of the brush piles that we have. Well, we don't have them. It's one of the state.
Yep, it's actually a state mark brush pile, guys. It's not a private brush pile. It wasn't an individual. It's an actual FWC installed brush pile.
So right here, I was throwing it on a loose carbon fire on our Empire rods.
Yep, it's a 7.3 medium heavy Empire.
And
it's a Throne series rod.
I was fishing the brush pile, and at first we were just sitting there, and the fish were actually sitting on grass right below us. So I would pitch it out and work it right over their face, and I missed like 7 fish.
They were short striking like crazy, guys. And another problem, I'm gonna try, since now that I have the Solix, I'm gonna see if it's like the Apex. I'm sure you guys have seen like when Gussie won the Classic and a couple other tournaments, where you can actually see their live imaging and stuff like that. I'm gonna see if I can't get something like that. Well, actually, no, that's the Mega 360. I'm gonna have to see. I've got yeah, I don't know if the Garmin would work or not. We'll have to see what we can come up with. I wasn't even thinking about that. My Solix 12 is only for Mega 360, so never mind. But my point being, you know, granted, I didn't have live imaging many moons ago, but I'll tell you right now, that's probably one of the biggest school of fish I've seen on this particular lake. But they were all tiny guys. They were so small. Like, I think the mag speedworms were bigger than some of them. Guys, it was so thick on this brush pile that we were at that I would lose some of the pieces of brush on the bottom because there were so many fish and bait swimming in front of it. But anyways, I'm gonna let Fur take back over on that. I just wanted to emphasize, like, it was just a special night. It was a very special night, and boy, we deserved a special night. You guys will see, but, well, I'll do a teaser. But right there is a hook hole in my thumb and another hook hole in my thumb that happened almost simultaneously. And I'll let him explain why that happened.
So whenever I caught 4 pounds 9 ounces on this, and the fish started rolling and slapping all around the net, and it shook that hook whenever he went to go grab it, and just right on his hand, right through it. Right
into my thumb, and the fish shook and pulled the hook out, and by doing that, immediately the thrash back stuck me again. Luckily this time wasn't like my jerk bait day when I had to snatch it out with a pair of pliers and braid. These actually, he ripped my skin. I was bleeding like a stuck pig. I got blood. I got to scrub the carpet in the boat. I haven't even done it. It's probably stained now.
It was so hard to get that hook out of the fish's mouth because it was right under his tongue.
Yeah, he hooked him on the bottom jaw, guys. So if you think about it, it's pitch black and I go there to lip it. And I made an emphasis on this last week's episode, but guys, pay very close attention when you are night fishing. We night fish every single week for the last year straight, and I still stuck myself, not once but twice. So if you guys take at least anything out of this video, safety, 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 guys. I mean, there's enough dangers out there on the water. We need to take precautions and try to eliminate any problems we can. But yeah, so what were you saying there?
About the how it was, the hook was stuck under his mouth.
Yep. It was funny when he was working it. What we were doing is just swimming it over the brush and just kind of slow rolling it, just enough to get the tail thumping. You think these mag speedworms, I mean, that tail's working, you know, you're making some noise and some vibration down there, and then you just bump it. So if this was a stick, you just come up and pop, we'd pop a little bit and then let it float. And literally, and Fur can back me up on it, if we did not hit brush during that cast, we did not get a bite. And again, am I lying?
Nope.
Exactly. It was just one of those weird nights. I can't emphasize how weird of a night it was. Again, guys, you gotta watch this one coming up. I'm not even done editing it yet. I'm trying to make it as best as I can for you guys. And but yeah, it was wild. So yeah, we ended up pulling it in. I lost a big one. I saw three or four, well, about 3 for sure. The 4th one was questionable. I saw the 3 biggest fish I've ever seen on live scope. And they chased my bait that I was working for about 40 to 50 feet, and I watched them the entire time on live. And anytime I would pause it, they would stay back, like they were screwing with me or something. Like, they know, like, these fish are smart. You know, you guys talk about, oh, you know, live scope's gonna ruin, blah, 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 blah. These fish adapt. They've learned side scan, they've learned down scan, they've learned trolling motor noise, they get tired of bait colors, different baits, everything. Guys, fish are gonna evolve. So that's a discussion for another time. I'm sure Randy Block is pulling his hair out right now if he stumbles across this, but whatever. Not a name drop, but I'm getting kind of tired of hearing that. Anyways, so yeah, and then the other video you guys saw, and guys, I should have made mention of it right from the rip on that video. That video is about 1.5 to 2 months old. It's one I've been sitting on. It was actually pre-fishing for the night tournaments that we're fishing. I was just scoping areas in the daytime to get a good idea of what cover was around, water depths, grass, blah, 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 you know, the whole deal. So, and boy, I got on some fish. And after I was done kind of scouting around, I went and hit a couple of areas that I knew we really weren't going to target during the tournament to go have fun. And I laid the smack down on them. It's one of the best days I've had solo out on the water in a while. And I caught every single fish except for one. I caught one on a Guggen Recon, not a Grande Recon, but a regular Recon in shad color. And that was the only one. Every single other fish came on a 1/2 ounce golden shiner jackhammer with a 4-inch easy shiner from YOLOtek in golden minnow. If you guys are fishing a golden shiner colored bait, do yourself a favor if you haven't looked at the YOLOtek easy shiners, like, you just check them out, man. It's just a beautiful thing. That color and flows and match is so perfect. I'll never run another trailer on a golden shiner colored bait again. But yeah, that's about all we've had going on. We are still doing our night tournaments. We've got some club tournament stuff. We were just invited to a club. Actually today, the day we're filming this, I got an invite into a new bass club. So I think we're gonna go ahead and make the jump over and jump into that club tournament style and get his feet wet on some daytime tournaments so he can see what it's about. And you know, so far we've done one daytime tournament, and now he's already a seasoned nighttime fisherman, but those tournaments are only 3.5 hours. I want to see what he does with 8 to 10. He's probably gonna throw me in a boat, or throw me out of the boat. So if I disappear, y'all know what happened. You know where to come looking. Remember this face. He's the one who did it. But yeah, we're just having some fun out there on the water, guys. We're back-to-back 6th place finishes. It'll be a jumping points. Just like I said, after the night we had for that tournament, leading up to the crazy events of the last 10 minutes, buddy, we deserved it, because it was a tough one. So yeah, the other thing we were doing, basically we were finding fish with the regular style speed worm. That's another little advice thing I can give you. I basically will use this as a search bait, and once I catch, you know, maybe 2 or 3 in the same area, you'll see these go away and you'll see the mag come out. An old timer taught me that a long time ago. I've seen a few pro guys mention it as well. It's just a very good way of seeking out those bigger fish. And you'll find out real quick if the fish you were targeting right there are dinks or not, because obviously they're gonna have a hard time getting that big one in there. So you'll know to get out of that spot and get away from the small fish, you know, unless you're trying to make your limit or something like that. But yep, so overall, guys, things are starting, you know, doing good. Looking forward to start on some daytime tournaments, you know, a weekend derby type thing. Might do some opens on the Harris chain coming up. We're gonna have a full plate going on, guys. I'd like to do some night tournaments down on the Harris chain as well. I know Ford's doing a tournament out of Buzzard Beach on Friday nights. Looks like a great time. A lot of big fish coming out of there too. I'm really gonna have to try hard to play with them guys down there, because there's some straight up hammers down on the Harris chain, boys. I mean hammers down there. So anything else you want to add, Fur?
No, not that I can think of.
Nope. All right, well, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and let the boss of the applesauce take this one away.
Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and check us out on all other social medias like Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
Bye guys.